Welcome to Bola Yesu. Today we are featuring a player who comes all the way from Botswana, and she's playing professional football for Yasa Queens here in Zambia. Her name is Michelle Abueng. Join me shortly. You give us your family background.
My name is Michelle Abueng. I was born on the 6th of May 2001 in a small town called Slibe Pikwe in Botswana. I'm the first born in a family of 2 kids. Yeah, and both my parents are working.
Now you are in football. I'm curious to know, when did you get into football and how?
I grew up in a hood whereby there were a lot of boys. So I used to go out with them, we play soccer at a young age. So I got used to playing soccer. That's why I ended up being far like this.
Who inspired you to play football?
The person who inspired me a lot is Refilo Tolakele. The one is a former player from Botswana. She plays for the national team. Yeah.
So run us through the clubs that you've played for from the time you started playing football.
The first club which I started playing for, it was Big Sisters FC. It is located in Gaborone. Then after Big Sisters, that's when I came here to play for Yasa FC in Zambia. Yeah.
So meaning you've only played for 2 clubs?
Yes.
So how has it been in your football career in the 2 clubs that you've played for so far?
In the previous club where I was playing, my performance was very low. Even the coaches at the national team, they were concerned about my performance. More so that I will find myself in the bench most of the time. Yeah, ever since I came here, I have improved a lot. Even people back at home, they're impressed with my performance.
So how did you find yourself in Zambia?
There was this time around we played with Zambia under 17 in 2017. When we came here, we lost 5-2. Then when we went back home, we won 4-0. By then I scored 3 goals alone. So then the coach had to communicate with my former coach for under 17. That's how I came to play for Yasa FC.
How has it been at Yasa Queens? Are you enjoying the environment? Are you enjoying the food, the language?
I'm really happy for have been playing for Yasa FC. They're just a good and hard-working team. We work hand in hand together, and we are always in one motto. Yeah.
How can you describe competition in Zambia?
It's very tough. Like even the small teams, they're starting to wake up now, because you find that most of the time, young teams are the ones which are giving big teams a lot of trouble.
So the fact that you joined Yasa Queens and they've been on top this year, how does that make you feel, really?
That is a great achievement to us. Even the owner of the team is very impressed with our performance, because almost everyone in our team, their performance has improved, and we are physically fit and mentally fit. Yeah.
The fact that you have your compatriot, Tanda, do you feel comfortable? At least you have someone you can relate with?
Yeah, I feel comfortable with her, because every time I have problems, I go to her. We share our problems together.
And how much support does your family give you?
My family, they are too much into my career, and they're always there for me. Like during the games, they make sure that they're always there for me.
How do you look at the Zambian landscape, like the teams that are there, Green Buffaloes, Red Arrows, and so forth, playing those opponents?
To us, it's just like we have really improved a lot, because these teams, they are very tough. Last year when I came here, I was scared of Green Buffaloes a lot. Now this time around, I'm not even really scared of them, just because we have been training, working with coaches. So we are at the level whereby we can beat them.
How did you feel when you were first called to the national team?
That was a big achievement to me because it was my everyday wish to find myself playing for the national team. Yeah.
Okay. And which year was that, and which team was it? Was it under 17, under 20, or senior team?
My first call up it was on 2015 when I was called for under 17 World Cup qualifiers. Yeah.
Were you impressed yourself? How was your performance?
Not bad. Yeah, at least my parents were impressed because it was my first call up in the national team. Yeah. And on top of that, I managed to score one goal. Yeah.
Okay. Now, last year you played in the COSFA Championship for your team, Botswana. Run us through that competition. How was it?
The competition was very tough for us because they took our under 20 team to go and represent the senior team, because our senior players, they went to Slovakia to prepare for the Olympic Games. It was a bit hard for us, but we just took the coach's instructions to go out there and have fun. But we managed to come out in fourth position.
One game which was tricky was playing against Zambia in the semi-finals. How was that game? You knew most of these players, played against them here in Zambia. How was that game specifically?
The game was very, very tough because even our players, they were even scared. Most of them, they were even crying. They were like, we are playing with boys in the ground. But to us, it's something, we learned something from that game. Yeah.
Okay, all right. Most people are saying, Zambia was looking forward to that meeting against Botswana because they knew that when they meet Botswana, then they will qualify to the final. What was your feeling then?
I thought maybe Zambia was going to beat us. They were just going to beat us so that they can eliminate us. But to our findings, we found out that they had to just let us go through the semi-final. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Then you also played in the qualifiers for under 20, where you scored 5 goals. Did you expect that?
I wasn't expecting that because I was scared of Namibia. I thought they would bring those players because Namibia has a good team now. They reported in camp very late and they brought players which were not even functioning. So due to that, we just took advantage. Yeah.
I'm sure you didn't complete those qualifiers. Your government had to withdraw the team owing to coronavirus. How did that make you feel? Did that affect you?
It has really affected us because we started doing trainings alone, and some of our players out there, they are not even training, they're just seated, which is making it difficult for the coaches. By the time you go in camp, they'll start from back to zero.
Is there any time when you felt like you want to quit football? You are disappointed maybe because of the fans are uttering words that are not pleasing, and then you feel, let me stop football, or you feel disappointed?
No, but there were at times, because during this pandemic, it's really hard for us as players because we have to always keep our bodies fit. So this time when I train alone, I just think of just quitting because I thought of this pandemic would just take a long time. So I just thought of quitting. I was like, no, this is what I chose to do. So I won't quit up until I achieve what I want to achieve. In my football career, I wish to see myself playing overseas in Europe one day. And that I'm sure of it, that I'll go very soon, anytime from now on.
Have you ever faced any discrimination while you are playing football?
No, I haven't.
Okay. So Michelle, you've been in Zambia for about a year now also. Tell us any sentence that you've learned here in Zambia, either in Nyanja or Bemba.
I can say what? Enda kunyumba.
Which means?
Go home.
Any other?
Tabanga.
When you're with your coaches, what language of instruction do they use?
They use Nyanja in English. Yeah.
How do you get instructions? Maybe they're trying to talk to you. Say, no, do this, or tamanga, or maka, or buelapa. How do you get those instructions?
Because I can hear when they're speaking.
Michelle, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
That was Michelle Abueng, the under-20 player for the Botswana national football team. Actually, she's also played for the senior team, and currently she's playing for Yasa Queens here in Zambia. Hope you enjoyed the interview. My name is Moden Sinkala. Goodbye.